name is Jenny Dennis, and my title of my speech is Getting Back to Community. Wendy was the street secretary. Although she was homeless herself, she tried her best to help everyone in her community around her. Her passing this last year affected all of us on the Justice and Urban Studies team deeply, but I know that it affected the people that she called her family even more. According to the Metro Dallas Housing Alliance point-in-time homeless count and census of 2011, there are about 6,000 homeless adults and children in Dallas County. Many organizations like City Square that I've worked with for the past 2 years of my college career are working on projects to house homeless people in Dallas, but it's still a problem in our society today. By forming projects that house homeless people as communities instead of individuals, there will be an increase in success rates for the housed and a reduction of relapses in homelessness. In the next few minutes, I will be discussing the utilitarian ethic and P.B. Shelley's poem To Wordsworth in order to discuss the importance of City Square's Cottages housing project. This leads me to my first point. Looking through a utilitarianism lens, housing the homeless will create the most happiness for the majority of society. Michael Sandel explains utilitarianism in his 2009 book, Justice, What's the Right Thing to Do, as the theory of achieving the greatest amount of happiness for the most people. Housing the homeless is good for the homeless because they're, one, housed and are off the streets and have better resources, as well as everyone else in society because they know that they don't have to worry about them on the streets, and they're also not bothered by them in their daily lives. The poem To Wordsworth, written by P.B. Shelley in 1816, focuses on the power of nature and how it drives our lives. It is human nature to form communities and be parts of community in order to thrive in society. Although many homeless people are on their own, Wendy taught us that they still form their own families and people that they rely on with those around them. Many homeless people are addicts, and according to the journal article Oxford House Recovery Homes, Characteristics and Effectiveness by Leonard Jason and Joseph Ferrari of DePaul University in September of 2009, using a community-based approach in housing addicts significantly decreases the chances of relapse. This leads to my next point. City Square has decided to build cottages across from the new Opportunity Center in South Dallas in order to house the 50 most expensive homeless people in Dallas. The cottages fit with the utilitarian ethic because they are creating the most good for the most people. In September 2007, in a September 2007 study, Cost of Homelessness, Melanie Mondello of Shalom House in Maine states, and I quote, "Permanent supportive housing reduces the cost of care and improves the quality of life for formerly homeless tenants. The study showed an annual savings of $944 annually per person." This means that by housing someone in a home can save the community $944 every year per person. The cottages get back to a natural human need of community seen in Shelley as well. Even if the people aren't already in community with one another, the cottages are set up so that they can form communities of their own. Although they are housed individually, they can create communities among one another, and because this is across the street from the new Opportunity Center being built by City Square, they can have access to the resources and meet the people that City Square have to help them every day. In conclusion, by building the cottages, City Square will be creating a community that will increase the success of homeless people being housed there. I know that homelessness affects all of us, and in some ways more than others. But just by knowing that someone has a home, I know that I will be able to sleep better. And knowing that they will be able to sleep better, I feel like makes everyone in the community happier. These housing projects will follow the utilitarian ethic in that way and form communities that will allow for greater success and less chance of a relapse. Although we only knew Wendy for a short amount of time, she taught us the value of forming communities with housing the homeless. City Square strives to keep building communities and helping people in the best way that they can. I'm so glad that I've had the opportunity to work with City Square and help them in research and understanding all of these things that tie in to the utilitarian and British literature aspects of